Hello, friends, my fellow well dwellers. It's Tuesday and it's time for another 2 minutes on Tuesday. Hey, friends. Well, yeah, I guess I didn't catch that the first time Mike was muted, but that's live video for you. This is Tuesday, so time for another 2 minutes on Tuesday. As my fellow well dwellers, we are looking at a particular uh, topic that kind of stuck with me this weekend. Um, the greatest battle we face. My wife loves gymnastics. And so this past weekend, we both sat and watched the Simone Biles Still I Rise documentary on Netflix and watched all 4 episodes. There was something she said that really stuck in my imagination as I thought about it when she said the greatest battle she fights is just showing up. And when we can face that battle and defeat it, the rest of it all just kind of falls into place as she says it. And I realized that that's probably one of the biggest battles I face myself is just showing up. And there's all the getting over the anxiety and the fears of what's going to happen if I mess up, what's going to happen if I do these live videos. And I look like a total goof. But it continued to speak to me when I thought about the scriptures and the apostle Paul, how I think he too faced the same greatest battle in his life as a representative of Christ and the Christian faith. To the Corinthians, he tells them, "When I came to you, brothers and sisters, I did not come proclaiming the mystery of God to you in lofty words or wisdom, for I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. And I came to you in weakness and in fear and in such trembling. My speech and my proclamation were not with plausible words of wisdom, but with a demonstration of the Spirit and of power, so that your faith might rest not on human wisdom, but on the power of God." I think one of the things I realize is that just being willing to face that battle of showing up, uh, it allows for ways that my words maybe don't matter as much in the way I say them and the way I present them, but rather just the opening up and willingness for you to listen and hear what's on in my life and allowing the Spirit of God to maybe transform them or bring meaning to that to you in your own life. And it's not so much about me. One of my favorite movies is Tom Cruise's The Last Samurai, and I remember one of the characters telling Tom Cruise too many minds. He has too many minds about him, and I think that's what often happens when we face that greatest battle of showing up. So, I'm going to keep it short today and just say that being willing to show up is being mindful that your presence is more important than what you say, that um, silence is not the enemy, but rather the opportunity for transformation to go deeper. And so maybe having a willingness to set yourself aside and allow for the space for others to speak into you and share the stories of others um, allows you to overcome even greater battles. Let me just ask you this question. Where are you showing up these days? And what's stopping you if you're not? Um, don't let fear stop, but allow the Spirit to lead you always. Yeah, I'm going to keep it short today, but those are my 2 minutes today. And in closing, I want to share with you something else that came to me this morning as I was going through my morning devotions and prayers. It's a prayer from Walter Brueggemann's book, following into risky obedience. He says, "Where you lead us, we will follow." He called and said, "Follow me." We are his followers, baptized into his company. He called us to follow him into a world of fear and threat and anger, to follow in obedience, to follow in gladness, to follow in buoyant confidence. We are sometimes his willing followers ready to go. We are sometimes his reluctant followers slow to get underway. We are sometimes stubborn non followers preferring other paths and our own contrivance. contrivance. So now, in your presence and in the presence of our sisters and brothers, we ponder again our vocation, our baptism, our discipleship, our way in the world. We know ourselves in your presence to be carriers of your way of mercy, compassion, and justice, way out beyond our comfort zones. We are practitioners of your goodness, your generosity, your hospitality. In this hour of baptismal reflection, revive our new identity in Jesus, revive our pledge of fresh obedience, revive our passion for our world of need, our violence, our poverty. Look on this old, tired world with your mercy and make new. Make things new for us. Make things new for those who are sick or who grieve. Make things new for those with power and wealth, and for those without power and wealth. Make things new on this very day. Hear our pledge that we will walk into that world with you, so that the world may breathe again with thanks and joy and peace. Amen. So that's my 2 minutes for this Tuesday. I promise I'll be here next Tuesday and show up for you again with some other brief thoughts that have been speaking to me through the week. And I hope that you might show up too. And I look forward to talking with you then. Have a great week, friends.